Kang Du-Hanan was known as the top gamer of the server, but in real life, he was just an unemployed moocher. One day, when he logged into the game, Du-Hanan found out that his account had been hacked and all his items had been sold. He lost everything he had worked for over the years, and he was scolded by his mother every day for being a recluse who only played games. He called the game company, but they did not solve his problem. Frustrated, Du-Hanan decided to create a new account and start over. This time, he would become the strongest blacksmith in the game. However, on his first day of apprenticeship, Du-Hanan was kicked out of the forge by his master because he thought he was too weak. Angry, Du-Hanan said, "You should at least give me a chance." Then, he was ordered to chop a pile of wood, and told, "If you can't do it, get lost." Du-Hanan started to work, but he missed every time. The wood said, "You are too old to chop me, you know." Another player reminded Du-Hanan that choosing his birthday was very important for his profession. But Du-Hanan chose randomly. How unlucky. After a lot of effort, Du-Hanan finished chopping the wood before sunset. His master gave him a new task: go to the blue mine and dig 10 pieces of coal. The mine was the territory of the level 45 wild boar boss, but Du-Hanan was only level 10, how could he go there? But his master said, "If you don't go, scream." Du-Hanan quickly went to the mine to mine coal. This task was easier than chopping wood, because he had learned how to swing his sword properly after many years of gaming. When Du-Hanan was about to return, the wild boar boss suddenly appeared. Seeing its territory invaded, it immediately chased after Du-Hanan. Running for his life, his new account, low level, was hit by the board and logged out instantly. Running like that was not a solution, Du-Hanan decided to stay and exchange a few basic moves with the pig. The weak point of the wild boar was in the middle of its forehead. Du-Hanan noticed this, but he was too slow to hit it. Soon, he ran out of stamina. In a critical moment, a flash of light suddenly hit the boar's head, breaking its horn. It turned out that another player had shot an arrow to save Du-Hanan. The boar went berserk and attacked the girl, but she quickly shot another arrow into its forehead and killed it. Then, she came over and said to Du-Hanan, "I think we have met somewhere before." Du-Hanan did not recognize her, but he thanked and said goodbye to her, because he had something to do. After completing the task of collecting 10 pieces of coal, Du-Hanan officially became a player with the profession of blacksmith. One day, he would become the legendary blacksmith. "You hacker, you make me roll my eyes. Just wait, I'll show you who's the boss, you bastard who hacked my account." The following days, Du-Hanan studied hard the theory and practice in the forge. He was quite proud of the product that he had just made. But the strict teacher said, "It's just garbage. Make me 3 short swords right now. If any of them is ugly, you will be fired." The old bald fool. I will make the best short sword for him to see. That night, Du-Hanan made the first short sword. But it seemed that it was not up to the standard. He looked at the sword and wondered, where was the problem? What did he have to do to forge a good sword? A cheap short sword, a low-quality sword made by an apprentice blacksmith, was very hard to use because of its messy structure. At this rate, Du-Hanan would not be able to meet the deadline of the old bald head. While forging the sword, Du-Hanan noticed that there were blue veins on the blade. Not only this sword, but also the others he forged had them. But their patterns were completely different. Du-Hanan borrowed a sword from another player to see. That sword also had veins. But they were ugly. Du-Hanan asked him if he saw the blue veins on the blade. But it seemed that no one else could see them except Du-Hanan. Du-Hanan felt puzzled. What was going on? Never mind. Do the quest first. The sword type, "Hey, you borrowed it from me and then you threw it away like that. Is that okay?" The next quest of Du-Hanan was to repair 5 broken axes. This time, red veins appeared on the axe blade. He decided to try hammering a hammer to see what would happen. Maybe they would disappear after he fixed it. He did as he thought. Du Hanan immediately swung his hammer down on the axe blade. As a result, the blade was smashed. "You have failed to repair," he cried, holding the axe with a broken heart. He really had no talent for repairing. But very soon, Du Hanan discovered that the cracks matched the red veins. The next morning, his master came to the forge and asked, "Du Hanan, have you finished your work?" He said he would finish it right away, but it had been so many days already. "How long did it take you to make those short swords? I bet your repair practice also went wrong." He was about to complain when his master suddenly fell silent. Because on Du Hanan's table were 10 shiny short swords, even though they were only two-edged, they all reached the perfect level. Yesterday, Du Hanan learned a surprising truth. After a few days of crafting and repairing, the first thing was the blue veins. They were the marks of the hammer hitting the metal. Their shape was affected by the force and timing of the hammering. The more even the veins, the higher the quality. Next were the red veins. They were the cracks inside the metal structure formed during the repair process. In theory, if he focused on these veins, the item could be completely restored. The blue and red veins were the key to completing the heavenly part of crafting and repairing. Yesterday, Du Hanan stayed up all night to study them. Thanks to that, he discovered his awesome blacksmith skill. Although he was a bit tired, it was worth it. His master congratulated Du Hanan for graduating from the blacksmith course excellently. He had nothing else to teach him. He said bluntly to him, "I'm amazed. People who don't have talent usually give up right away. Has anyone who doesn't have talent like me ever passed your training? No one has ever done it. They don't have the perseverance. Then did anyone say they saw the veins or something? I don't understand what you're talking about." Du Hanan thought to himself, could it be that the skill I got is related to the hidden achievement? The condition is to achieve a specific rank while learning from an NPC with a very low compatibility? I have never seen this on the internet before. Maybe I am the only one who has this special ability. Things are getting more interesting than I thought. Du Hanan's family ran a grocery store. When he was not playing the game, he would help his parents sell goods because he played too much and did not get enough sleep, so he felt a bit tired. Suddenly, some strange phone calls came to Du Hanan's phone. He answered the phone and the other side introduced themselves as the customer service manager in the game. They had detected that Du Hanan's account had been hacked and were trying to fix it. Du Hanan was overjoyed and asked the other party if his old account could be restored. However, according to the policy of the publisher, the character that was deleted could not be restored. But they decided to compensate Du Hanan with another gift, which was the latest game console, worth $8,000. Seeing this deal, Du Hanan immediately agreed. In another place, there was a man lying on the beach sunbathing. He was the director of Sun Cell Green and also the one who paid to give Du Hanan the game console. The director was curious. When Du Hanan's account was hacked, but he did not quit the game, not only that, he also started over with a blacksmith character, which most players avoided. The director was excited. He wondered what Du Hanan would do after he was about to launch the update version in the game. The next day, the archer girl who had helped Du Hanan was looking for more members for her team to prepare for conquering the dungeon. On the way, they ran into each other by chance. Du Hanan decided to run away before getting into trouble, but the girl was very fast. No matter where he ran, he was always caught up by the other party. Du Hanan stopped and asked her what she wanted. The girl revealed that she was looking for teammates to conquer the dungeon Deborah. This name was familiar to Du Hanan, because he was the first one to discover the dungeon Deborah. The girl said that their team had 3 people and invited Du Hanan to join them. They would make a lot of money. But no matter how they tempted him, he firmly shook his head. No means no. The girl asked why Du Hanan did not like it, while it was a good opportunity to level up and earn money. He simply answered that he did not like it. Currently, Du Hanan was considered a rising blacksmith, so many people came to ask him to repair their weapons. Good quality and reasonable price, so Du Hanan's work was very smooth. Even, he received hundreds of orders a day, too many to handle, he had no time to rest. But to catch the hacker, he had to try to become the legendary blacksmith. The next order was a green bow of the ordinary level. His lost account also had a bow like that. The customer this time threw money, told Du Hanan to fix it quickly. His attitude was like he owned the place. It made him feel angry. He heard them talking to their friend. It seemed that he intended to use this bow to impress a girl. He was single and he also had to fix things for those who flirted. It was really annoying. But very soon, Du Hanan found out that these two guys had bad intentions towards the girl. If she refused, they would threaten to post bad things about her on the public forum. To force her to drink alcohol. Du Hanan heard it, and cursed in his mind. They were scum. While he was working, he suddenly heard the girl they were talking about was named Xia. Du Hanan told the customer that his bow was fixed, but when he reached out to take the bow back, Du Hanan held it tight. Then, he suddenly let go, making him fall to the ground. The young man was angry and rushed over, grabbing Du Hanan's collar. "Do you want to pick a fight? Are you crazy? You bastard. Apologize now. Or else, you will have to delete this game." At this moment, a big tall black uncle suddenly came over, told the customer to stand aside, because there were still many people waiting in line behind him. This man was Juff Fong Bao, the leader of the strongest mercenary guild Red Tiger and also a famous player ranked 45th in the whole server. It was unexpected that such a famous player also came to Du Hanan's forge. Juff wanted to fix a sword that had a lot of memories with him in the past, but the blacksmiths all refused because the requirement of maximum resistance of 10 stars exceeded their ability. He heard that Du Hanan was a new rising blacksmith, so he came here today to try his luck. These two guys also heard of Juff and knew how strong he was, so they quickly apologized and ran away. Then, Juff gave his broken sword to Du Hanan to see. "This is my favorite sword since I was a rookie. Can you fix it?" "Of course, please wait a moment." Even if he was ranked D, and even lower. The success rate of 99%, it was unbelievable. So he had a hidden skill. Juff was happy thinking he had found a good blacksmith. He happily thought to himself, "When it's done, I'll hang it in the guild hall." Only heard the sound of something breaking. Juff's sword was smashed by Du Hanan, repair failed. The sword fell into a state of unusable. The uncle was shocked to the point of speechlessness. So the sword that followed Juff for so long since he was a new soldier was gone for real. At this time, the young blacksmith did not know where he had gone. He accidentally broke someone's stuff, then immediately logged out of the game as fast as a wind. No need to say how angry Juff was. "Come back here, you bastard blacksmith." In another place, there was a group of 3 people. Preparing to explore the Deber dungeon. One of them was Xia and the other 2 were the guys who had appeared at Du Hanan's forge. As soon as the 3 of them were about to enter the dungeon to explore, Du Hanan appeared. It turned out that he left. Not to escape Juff, but because he was worried that Xia would be deceived by the 2 bastards over there. Seeing Du Hanan had arrived, she was very happy. "The ungrateful blacksmith is here." "Who is ungrateful? I saved you, but you didn't even bother to say hello. I was kind enough to run away, what else? But in the end, you came here. Then let's get ready to conquer the dungeon." After that, Xia started to introduce the members of the group to each other. The fat red TOGG is Alden, and the blue TOGG with a mark is Zeros. Both of them are players above level 70. Very quickly, these 2 guys recognized Du Hanan as the blacksmith who had clashed with them. Zeros thought that Du Hanan was a blacksmith so he would not have any fighting skills, but Xia told him to rest assured, because she had seen Du Hanan fight with the level 45 wild boar boss with her own eyes. Zeros heard that and sweated. What kind of blacksmith can handle a wild boar boss? This guy is scary. Du Hanan took the initiative to apologize to Zeros and Alden for what happened at the forge, apologizing for what had happened, hoping that they would be more generous. I won't say anything stupid, so don't worry. Anything. Your shoulders are as hard as iron. Zeros didn't know what Du Hanan's intention was, but he couldn't kick him out in front of Xia. He had no choice but to accept Du Hanan into the group. Alden was worried that Du Hanan would say something rude. Then what? But Zeros reassured his friend that it was okay. If he tried to say something stupid, we would deal with him and pretend it was an accident. Then Du Hanan followed the three of them into the dungeon. Inside, there were many moving mummies guarding. Zeros immediately drew his sword and used his skill. He also slashed a skeleton to pieces. He thought he would be praised by Xia for his awesome skill, but her eyes were always on Du Hanan. It made the young man a bit jealous. At this time, Du Hanan was fighting a whole team of bone soldiers with weapons by himself, relying on his many years of gaming experience. He knew the weakness of the bone soldiers was the solar plexus. Once they were attacked there, their whole body would break. In the heart of the monster, there was a wood soldier holding a bow and arrow, shooting at Du Hanan secretly, but he still dodged it in time. The weakness of the wood soldier was its heart. After being stabbed in the heart by Du Hanan, its body immediately exploded into pieces. But because he was a blacksmith player, after swinging a few basic moves, Du Hanan's physical strength had decreased severely. Fortunately, he brought some cookies with him. He replenished his energy. That bastard. I was going to be generous and carry him this round, but it's not good. I have to start eliminating him. Next, the group continued to go deeper into the dungeon and fight the monsters. A bone soldier shot arrows at everyone, but Zeros took advantage of this to use his counterattack skill, making the arrow change direction and hit Du Hanan's chest. This was his new skill. The damage would be much more painful because its power doubled. Because he had turned on the max sensor in the game, Du Hanan felt it hurt like hell. The other two apologized to Du Hanan, saying they made a mistake, but their faces did not show any remorse at all. They wanted Du Hanan to give up exploring the dungeon, but Xia did not agree to leave him alone. However, Du Hanan told them to go ahead. He would rest a little more and then follow them. He's right. Besides, we know the location of each other, because we are in the same guild. You don't have to worry, Xia. Okay, but promise me that you will message me when the effect is over. When everyone left, Du Hanan calmly opened his inventory, and took out a bottle of antidote to drink. You have drunk the normal antidote. You are no longer paralyzed. The two young men still didn't know that the person they had just touched was the top 1 player of the server. At this time, the three of them had gone deep into the dungeon, and as they were walking, suddenly something fell down, dropping the light stick to the ground. The surroundings immediately plunged into darkness, and when the light stick was lit up again, the two guys were surrounded by a bunch of monsters, while Xia had been pulled to another place by Du Hanan. Xia wanted to go back and help the two guys, but Du Hanan said not to worry, because they were both level 70. On this side, the two young men were sitting on the ground panting after running away from the monsters. They suddenly discovered that there were a lot more items here, and they were all good stuff with high value. If they sold them all, they would have a lot of money. Suddenly, a voice sounded behind me. I don't think you two will enjoy these items. Zeros angrily turned his head and asked who had just said that. But in front of him was a group of people who were extremely angry. We are the owners of these equipment, player Wang Chiol Su level 100. Zeros and Alden are two notorious names on the bulletin board for harassing players. They threatened and forced female users to meet in real life. No one knew what happened after they met, but judging by the way the players quit the game afterwards, it seemed like nothing good. The problem would never get out of hand because the people they met disappeared. So, Du Hanan decided to kick them out of the game. Du Hanan's plan was very simple, because he knew too well about the characteristics of the Deborah dungeon. Du Hanan stole the items of other players who were in the dungeon, and then blamed Zeros and Alden. Now, there was enough evidence and proof. So these two bastards had to explain with their trust. In the end, they were beaten up by the angry crowd. After this event, these two bastards would have to leave the game. Moving to another place. Xia opened the bulletin board and found that they had logged out. Du Hanan just told her they must have something urgent to do. Xia decided to withdraw from the dungeon, because they were only level 38 and level 42. But Du Hanan stopped her and said, "We have come this far, why don't we try to enter the boss room and see what it is like?" Xia did not understand why he had to risk his life. Then Du Hanan began to complain. "You don't know how hard my situation is. In short, it was very miserable in the past, and now when I think about it, I still feel scared. It was a memory that I will never forget. Actually, it was a childhood memory. My brother Marin was hated by his mother for playing games too much. I don't understand what he meant, but in summary, he wanted us to hunt the boss together, right? Then what are we waiting for? Let's go." "Wow, how did you get out there so fast?" At this time, the door of the boss room was starting to close, making Du Hanan have to run in quickly. Otherwise, he would not be able to enter. Xia was still a little worried. They only had 2 people, how could they hunt the boss? Du Hanan told her not to worry, because he knew the dungeon like the back of his hand. He had cleared this place hundreds of times when he was still the top one in the dungeon of Deborah. Therefore, even if he wanted to make a mistake, it was impossible. As soon as he entered, Du Hanan accidentally sat on something. It was a rat that he had crushed on its body. It was very angry. Du Hanan realized that this rat always followed the boss like a shadow. It must be nearby. Sure enough, after that Du Hanan immediately felt a vibration from under the ground. The rocks from all directions suddenly stuck together. A giant golem appeared on its shoulder. It was the rat just now, a level 60 golem, a huge automaton created by Deborah. It was the guard of the dungeon. Xia asked Du Hanan in a pale face, "Can we really hunt this monster?" Du Hanan calmly answered, "Of course we can. As long as we do as planned." Then Du Hanan immediately rushed to the golem's place with an extremely fast speed. Xia would shoot arrows to support him. Taking advantage of that opportunity, Du Hanan slashed a sword at the golem's leg, but its body was too hard, making his hand hurt. He just started playing again, so his stats are still low and he is not a match for it. If it were the old days, he would have killed it in a flash, but now he is being beaten by it. How sad. With the experience of a top 1 server gamer, he told Xia, "Shoot arrows at the joints on the golem's body." Indeed, when it was hit in the weak spots, it was paralyzed and could not move. In the end, he just had to stab his sword into its head and he got the boss's life. However, this time, even though it was stabbed in the head, the golem did not die. It threw him down, and Xia ran over and caught him. At this point, he also noticed that something was wrong with the golem. The giant stone golem was enraged, a state when its core was damaged and it could not control itself anymore. Its attack and speed were enhanced. It turned back and was more powerful than before, chasing him like a duck. He underestimated the Deborah dungeon, because he had swept through it countless times. At this moment, his remaining blood was very low, so Xia pulled him to find a hiding place. She shot a lot of arrows at the golem's joints, but that trick did not work anymore. This was the first time he encountered this, so he did not know what to do. It must be a hidden monster that only occurs under special conditions. They need more players who can deal damage and suppress it, or come up with an attack strategy. The best thing to do is to study how to minimize the damage. I can't do anything, my level is low, so how can I find a strategy to deal with the new attack mode? If I don't know, I just have to try to find out. I'm level 42. He's level 38. Add them together and our level is 80. But still, it doesn't make sense at all. If we cooperate with each other, I'm sure we can find a way. Come on, hurry up and come back here. I'm waiting for you. Flashback to the past. I heard you dropped out of school. Suddenly you didn't say a word and dropped out. How will the family know? Mom is worried sick. Do you remember? When we were young, you used to beat up the kids who bullied me. Back then, you were taller than them, so they couldn't do anything to you. But now it's different. You're skinny, hunched, and look a bit creepy. You're not good at studying either. The only thing you can do is play games. What do you mean by that? Pay attention to the people around you. I don't know what's going on, but can't you share it with me or your friends? There are many things you can't handle by yourself. Not enough mana, please rest. Not enough stamina, please replenish food. At this time, Xia had exhausted her strength after running out to solo with the boss. Just when she was about to be in danger, Du Hanan appeared in time. Thank you for buying me some time. I have fully recovered both blood and mana. She said rightly, we're going to die anyway. We might as well fight with all our strength. It's better than nothing. During the fight, Du Hanan accidentally discovered that the quail could sometimes cause unexpected damage to the golem. But according to the system, the quail had no attack power and the damage was random. Du Hanan guessed that there must be some condition for this to happen. When he was learning at the forge, his master had told Du Hanan that ore was a synthesis of many different materials. When they merged into one, there were still some gaps between them due to the pressure. At your current level, you could not see them. If you attacked those gaps precisely, you could mine some incredible things. Thanks to the teacher's guidance, Du Hanan finally found the weakness of the golem and defeated it. You have successfully mined the ore. You have received 10 jade stones, and your skill proficiency increased by 30. Seeing everything, Xia could not believe that a blacksmith like Du Hanan could defeat the final boss with his crafting skill. So the ability to see the veins can also be applied in mining. These veins are so faint that I did not notice them at all. But anyway, we have hunted the boss. That's awesome. Did you just hunt the boss with your crafting skill? How did you do that? That's a trade secret, I can't easily reveal it to you. Then, a beam of light suddenly appeared, taking them to a strange place. Where is this? I just finished hunting the boss. Maybe this is the reward room, or maybe this is where they create the monsters. The reward room of the Deborah dungeon does not look like this, right? This is the rumored Deborah workshop. They brought us here? If we hunted the giant and raged golem. This is the first time I see this weird device. There is the sun over there. Then this is really the reward room. Eagle eye, accuracy increased by 20%, range increased by 30%. An item created by the wizards of this world. It is a rare item. Give it to me to see. I won't give it to you. It's mine. Fine. Anyway, there should be at least 2 reward chests. Very quickly, Du Hanan found another box, but inside it was only ordinary items. How disappointing. The first reward was the witch's gloves. Defense, +3, magic power +3. The second reward was a design of a robot. Mirren started to fantasize about creating an Iron Man and blowing things up in the game. But the materials to make it were extremely rare, so the design was useless, just like scrap paper. The third reward was the notebook of the hero Karen, who had defeated the witch Deborah. A blacksmith who read this book would learn the skills GR Iron and Arm Break. The skill GR Iron required the lowest compatibility with the blacksmith profession, completing the skill creation task level 6. The skill Arm Break required the skill mining, defeating the giant golem, a skill of rank 7. I already used the skill GR Iron, but what did I use it for? I don't know anything, but defeating the witch's golem was not easy. Moreover, it was a giant golem. Then, I heard an important hint from a blacksmith: all ores are made of various materials combined together, so there will be gaps between them. His words opened the way for me to destroy the golem. I upgraded my ability and saw the nature of all kinds of materials. That was the skill GR Iron. When I mastered the skill GR Iron, I learned how to break ores and weapons with the skill Weapon Destruction. There was also the ability to destroy weapons. Unbelievable! The battle with the witch Deborah was not over yet. She would come back with a powerful army someday. That was why I could not destroy the witch's cave, but just left it as it was. I hope that the people who come after me will resist her exploitation and find a way to fight with Deborah's army. Unexpectedly, only a blacksmith like Du Hanan could learn the hidden skill of the hero Quen. I was really lucky. But Xia had smashed this place, and still did not find any reward. So the two decided to go outside, feeling like they had not seen the sky for 1,000 years. Because we spent a whole day there, and even in real life, it must have been 8 hours already. How old are you? I'm 20 years old. I've added you to my friend list. See you next time. I'll contact you when the exam is over. I have a midterm soon. That's why I wanted to complete the dungeon here. So before that, you said you only wanted to conquer this dungeon because you couldn't play games anymore. Was that a lie to me? Xia walked over and patted Du Hanan's shoulder and said, "You two will meet again soon. Her study time is probably only about 2 weeks." Unexpectedly, the strong pat broke his neck. The skull water was issuing a warning: you have killed a player. From now on, you will become an irredeemable murderer. He's dead already. Can you keep my equipment for me, please? Ah, my name turned red. What should I do? Calm down. But what if it doesn't go away? Just pick up my equipment first. A week has passed since the hunt for the stone golem. Since then, Du Hana has practiced the GR Iron skill and the crafting skill, and with the repair when using it, he has increased the success rate to 100%. Not only that, the quality of the equipment also improved day by day. So in a week, he became a famous master blacksmith in Bandon. Every day, there were many customers who came to Du Hanan to ask him to repair their weapons for them. I have a small request: I can't work today, but at least fix it for me. I also need it urgently in the crowd. Suddenly someone said that the Slime King was about to appear in the plain. The Slime King is a very rare monster, very rarely appearing. As soon as they heard the news, everyone hurriedly left Du Hanan's forge to run to the plain. Soon, only he and another woman were left in Du Hanan's forge. The Slime King never appeared in the plain. Finally we can have a quiet conversation with each other. I came here to recruit you. It has been more than a month since the old account was hacked. Du Hanan became famous, but he still couldn't find any clue about the hacker grandson. Most of the equipment of the old account was high level. The level increase also happened in an instant. He searched for methods to do it quickly, and that was why Du Hanan appeared in the network of trade routes. If I succeed in this mission and the trade circle is established, the game will undergo a dramatic change. To the point that it will need to be updated. I can't miss such an interesting mission. It is a mission that was just announced by the King of Back Cat. It involves promoting the trustee to quickly establish a trade exchange system with the merchants. For the dwarf country of Nosark, this is a great opportunity. And I can't refuse. But the problem here is that your reputation and level are too low. It seems I should start by introducing myself. I am the leader of the Bandon branch under the Platinum Trade Union. I came here because I wanted to introduce you, who became famous with the identity of the Restoration King of Bandon. I guarantee that you will be compensated satisfactorily. So, please go with me. Excuse me, did you hear what I said? What? I didn't hear anything. Can't you understand clearly every word I'm saying right now? I'm not interested in any unions, so please hurry up and go. You probably don't know much about our Platinum Trade Union, do you? I understand very well that on the contrary, it is the place that always ranks second among the unions. At this point, the golden-head youth was very angry, but still explained to Du-Hanan. Even though it's only second place, it's still very amazing, no doubt. We are only a second-tier guild at the moment, but soon, we will rise to the top. Do you want to be successful with us? But no matter how he persuaded, Miran still refused. Du-Hanan knew that the guilds did not value the blacksmiths. All the products that the blacksmiths made were cut down by the value of the fuel production. Knowing that he could not recruit Du-Hanan, he invited him to become a business partner of the Platinum Trade Guild. It was not a difficult thing. You just need to register on our guild's homepage. Then, you just need to keep in touch with me regularly, your representative manager. You don't have to take any responsibility here. Moreover, every time you provide equipment for the guild or participate in the repair, we will pay you with money or information. You can try it out like that, and if the guild satisfies you, you can always join us officially. If you still don't want to cooperate, you can refuse within half a year. Seeing this deal was good, Miran decided to accept it. Ah, this bastard just used his hand to pick his nose and then wiped it on his clothes. Then, the list of the exploration team was announced. The name Zig on the list was the name of Du-Hanan's blacksmith character. Seeing that he was selected, Miran smiled so much that he couldn't close his mouth. Although he had limited time, the scale of a large guild was really impressive. But maybe later, he would start making some weird requests. Maybe the square in the east of Banden, Joe's Bakery, was the headquarters of one of the strongest mercenary guilds, the Red Tiger Guild. He himself was a famous player, ranked 45th on the whole server. At this time, Jeff was in line at a bakery to buy cakes. He waited for a long time until it was his turn, then he found out that the cookies were sold out. Jeff asked the owner and found out that a customer had bought all the remaining cakes. As soon as he heard the news, he immediately grabbed the guy who had just bought the cookies, and asked what he bought so much for. Leave some for the others who are in line behind you. Unexpectedly, the person who had bought all the cookies in the shop was Du-Han. Jeff immediately recognized the other party as the blacksmith who had ruined his weapon. But Miran was busy eating cookies, so he didn't remember who Jeff was. He made him furious, and was about to teach Du-Hanan a lesson, when his account suddenly logged out. It turned out that Jeff at home was scolded by his wife for playing the game and forgetting to wash the dishes. In the game, he was in line but still couldn't buy the cookies. But outside, he was also cursed by his wife like a scoundrel. I told you how to do it, but when I came back from the market, the pile of dirty dishes was still not cleaned up on the floor. Jeff's daughter was studying in her room because her mother scolded her father too loudly, so she couldn't concentrate on her homework. The next day, at the team meeting point at the gate of Barris City, many players arrived very early. Among them, there was also the Red Tiger Gang. Jeff instructed the members of the team to pay attention and find the blacksmith at all costs. Yes, Captain, remember how he took all the food? That bastard blacksmith will also participate in this trip. Du-Hanan was being offered by a girl selling Dong the necessary items for the mission at a preferential price. This was a ring of instant teleportation that cost 10,000 gold each. The price was so cheap that Du-Hanan decided to buy it right away. Don't think, at least with this price, even if you sell it, you won't lose money. But very quickly, Du-Hanan discovered that the ring he had just bought was a fake. It could only be used once and the maximum distance of movement was only 20 m. Du-Hanan angrily turned back to find the girl who had sold him the ring to get his money back. She said she didn't cheat him. Yes, you can still teleport, right? The fake ring can only teleport once. Du-Hanan was angry, turned back to find the girl to get his money back, but she was faster than him. He is a thief and a liar. She also secretly bribed the guards, so Du Hanan was framed for harming an innocent girl. He was very angry, but he could not do anything. Quickly apologize to this young lady. You will be punished by helping her transport goods for free. Your name will be erased from the adventurer list at the treasury of the Broden Kingdom. So the thing that we were worried about has happened. The Northern Cat Kingdom has sent a team of fake adventurers. This makes things worse. Half of our country's finances come from intermediary trade. However, we are still in a state of peace with the Northern Cat Kingdom. We cannot openly oppose them either. You must understand what I mean. Kira, rank 89, assassin profession, right? How did things turn out like this? Slave number 1, what are you doing? Hurry up and set up the tent. I have to log out for a while. Set up the tent and then find some food for us. She is going too far. Does she really treat me like a slave? I can't take it anymore. Ah, where are the soldiers? This slave wants to rebel. This land is quite flat. This place is very suitable for setting up a tent. You should have acted like this from the beginning. While I am away, arrange everything properly, okay? Do you understand? He was very annoyed by this girl. But he had to endure because of the mission. After getting involved with the scammer, why did he have to suffer so much? Hey, blacksmith, I heard you are the best repairman in Bandon, right? Fix this for me. It turns out that the people of the Red Tiger Gang have found Du Hanan. He was blinded and brought to Juff. You are dishonest, bullying the weak, ganging up like that, and you are proud of it? If you apologize sincerely right now, I will let you go. What? I waited in line and paid for the cake with my own money. Why do I have to apologize? I didn't say anything about the cookie place. Why did you do this? I never harmed anyone while playing this game. Even though it was only once, Juff told his men to untie the blacksmith so that he could teach him a lesson. He used a stick of love to hit him with one strike. Du Hanan was beaten to the ground. I didn't even use my full strength on that hit. Is that all you can do? Then I will set a condition. If you can touch me, even with a single strand of hair, I will let you go, old man. I bet you think you will never be hit by a low-level blacksmith, right? Whatever, whether it's this person or that person, everyone looks down on me as a newbie. Not bad at all, you have some fighting talent, but that's not enough to overcome the level gap of arm break. A skill that can destroy any metal or weapon by targeting the flaw of the material that made it. A prerequisite to learn it is to develop the skill seed to rank 7, which is rare. Today, Du Hanan's skill seed reached rank 7. He finally learned the skill arm break. Can he break my weapon? Taking advantage of this opportunity, Du Hanan decided to use a head-on attack. Unexpectedly, Juff slipped. Then a horrifying scene happened. Some of his men vomited, some continued to eat popcorn and watch the movie. Ah, I will kill you, you damn blacksmith. That was also my first kiss. Commander, calm down, are you okay? Take this is a bonus gift, a high-level recovery potion, it will restore all your vitality. I didn't expect you to really destroy the commander's weapon. It's one of the skills of the blacksmith. Why can't I reveal anything specific about this skill to you? After drinking the recovery potion, Du Hanan remembered. It seems I really ruined his weapon. After that, they all shook hands and made peace, ignoring Juff's tantrum. A new day quickly began, damn it. This thing tastes like crap, why does it taste like this? Because we don't have any items that support our physical strength, we have to eat these things temporarily. It seems that these two guys have used up all the edible items, right? Then do they need something like this? This is a golden apple, because this is for you too. I will only sell it for 10, which is its original price. these 10,000 gold coins are only for the price of 1,000 gold coins. I want to buy 4 of them, and me too. Get out of the way, I was here first. Oh my god, I can make another big profit today. She really sells herself to the capitalists like that. She is such a cunning girl, and you are too young to understand this issue. But money can change the world. Next, you have to take care of yourself. If you complete it, I will not make you run errands anymore. How can she be so greedy for money? I really don't understand. But the finished version of this thing looks pretty good. Suddenly, everyone in the exploration team was attacked by someone with dark energy. Du Hanan quickly used the apple to block the enemy's attack. He discovered that the weapon used by the opponent was the dart of the assassin, and he used his skill to kill the assassin. Unexpectedly, the thing that was hit was only his illusion. He quickly appeared behind Juff, preparing to sneak attack him. Fortunately, Du Hanan arrived in time, using his skill arm break to smash the assassin's weapon. He owes me a life, old man. That attack was so weak. It couldn't even make me lose strength. Look, the assassin was right behind me and I didn't notice. Could it be that his stealth skill has reached a level that I can't detect? At this time, the assassin revealed himself. Who are you? Who am I? How can you be the first assassin and the leader of the Black 3 Moon? Could it be that famous private organization? That's right, I am Kira, the rank 89 assassin on the ranking board. I didn't come to kill you all. My goal is to hold you back. Everyone here is just trying to get the title of Patriot in the dark. As long as everyone gives up, we can end everything peacefully. Hearing that, the crowd immediately got angry. Don't joke like that, do you know how much effort I put into this mission? Will you pay me back for my investment? This person hadn't finished speaking when he was shot in the neck by Kira. I don't negotiate with you, I'm just informing you out of courtesy. Right now, you are surrounded by hundreds of my disciples. If you don't give up, we will slaughter you all. Jeff also felt the presence of others, not a few hundred people as Kira said. But there were still a lot of people, so he started to signal to his teammates behind him. I will provoke and distract his attention. Use magic to obscure the vision from the forest. As they were preparing to act, Mirren suddenly stepped out. First rank, you are just a lowly thief. What kind of assassin are you to expose yourself to? And then lecture others like that? If you are really an assassin, you should respect each person and kill them one by one. Instead, you hide people around and act dangerous. You are a coward, a worm-infested blacksmith. Just because you got lucky and destroyed that weapon doesn't mean you can act so arrogant. Then, Kira ordered his disciples to attack Du Hanan. Countless hidden weapons and arrows flew towards them. The Red Tiger Society also quickly acted according to Juff's command. A wall of ice was erected to block the arrows. Black Sun and Moon, destroy them. Don't let anyone survive. You are the ones who will be destroyed. While the two sides were exchanging words, in another place, Du Hanan didn't seem to worry at all. I'm really a genius. Right before the opponent's attack landed, at the brink of death, I quickly opened the inventory and equipped the wooden armor. A wooden armor that can protect the whole body, but it is very heavy, so the user cannot move. I wonder if the Red Tiger gang should have dealt with everything by now. To his surprise, when Du Hanan took off the armor, his heart was swept clean. There was not a trace left. Even though he was bleeding, the blood effect of Hydra was activated. All stats and strength will be reduced by 50%. Hydra's blood is an item dropped from the dungeon of the giant snake. It is a toxin that will weaken the player. Could it be that they poisoned everyone's breakfast at another place? Even though he was poisoned, Juff still fought 2 of them alone. He is a monster, right? After being poisoned, he was still this strong. My attacks were all ineffective. Juff did not want to waste time with them, so he decided to retreat. On this side, Du Hanan was being chased by the assassins, so he had to run into the forest. At this time in the forest, only Kira and the people of the Black Three Moon were collecting the aftermath. Let's get ready. As soon as the scouts return, we will follow them. Wait, there is a noise over there. What is that, Master? The search team has returned. As expected, they are heading towards the bridge in the canyon. Black Three Moon, head to the bridge in the canyon. We will get there first and kill them as soon as they arrive. Looking at the corpses of the NPCs and the items, more than half of the exploration team had died. If they were ambushed again, the mission would end. I had to warn the exploration team as soon as possible, but unexpectedly, on the way, the scammer girl suddenly encountered an OGG. Why is there a golden OGG here? The girl immediately pulled the cart, quickly ran away from the OGG, but the wheel accidentally hit a rock, so both the person and the cart fell to the ground. When the girl sat up, the OGG appeared behind her. At this time, her mind unconsciously remembered the things in the past. Yezu, this is your salary for this month. I got a raise because I worked very hard. Reward yourself with something, okay, Yezu. She was very happy because she could study the major she loved with the extra money and the savings. But one day, a disaster happened. Her father got sick and her eldest sister had to become the main breadwinner of the family to take care of the younger siblings. So, Yezu had to give up her dream of entering Cian Art University. I worked very hard to save money. Do you know how much I paid for this mission? I won't give up this time. Please, just die. Just when Yezu thought her character would be killed by the OGG, Du Hanan suddenly appeared from behind and slapped the OGG. He had already put it on the scoreboard 30 minutes ago. Du Hanan was chased by two men in black in the forest. Using his experience, he hid and tricked them. But when Du Hanan was about to leave, an OGG appeared behind him. Moreover, it was a golden OGG, a rare monster that appeared in the Nemesis Mountain Plateau. It's best not to fight this monster, because its attack power is equivalent to a high level. But the golden OGG will drop a very powerful reward. Therefore, the skilled players always want to kill it, taking advantage of their speed. Du Hanan continuously beat the OGG, making it feel fear immediately. While escaping, the golden OGG accidentally ran into Yezu. In the end, it was killed by Du Hanan. Then, he received a very strong antidote that could cure any condition. That blacksmith, you killed the golden OGG? Yes, don't you see the words above my head? The OGG Slayer, a title given to the one who makes the OGGs afraid. He really killed an OGG. But isn't he just a blacksmith? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was afraid of having to bear everything alone, but things seem easier now. Let's do some things together. You also want to complete this mission, right, With this plan, we can defeat the Black Three Moon. At this time, the people of the Red Tiger Society had retreated to the bridge at the mountain pass. The leader of the bridge is here. I'm almost there. No, we're not there yet. As soon as he finished speaking, Juff suddenly attacked the position behind everyone. Sure enough, the assassin Kira was still hiding there. Impressive, old man. I was pretty sure I had hidden very well. How could you detect me? This is what they call life experience, kid. Then, the people of the Red Tiger Society and the Black Three Moon fought each other. Because the team of the Red Tiger Society had more people, they quickly got beaten. Seeing each of his teammates fall one by one, Juff lost his calm. But at that opportunity, Kira suddenly attacked stealthily, and knocked him down. He sneered, Juff and Fong are not really as strong as their reputation. Just as Kira was about to finish him off, Du Hanan appeared with a cart and pushed it towards him. Kira quickly drew his sword and smashed the cart. Inside the cart was a kind of strong liquor with a very high alcohol content. It was just waiting to catch fire. Du-hana quickly threw a gasoline bomb at Kira, causing him to be buried in a sea of flames. Before that, Du-hanan and Xia had prepared the spirit bomb together. She brought it because the dwarf liked this liquor very much. To describe the strength of the solution, just a small drop could explode when it met fire. If we can throw this whole thing at Kira and then light it up, he will only have his underwear left. Even if he is a soldier, he will surely die in a single explosion, because he is an assassin. I don't know about my plan anymore. What do you mean by that? Even if we somehow manage to kill him, what about the other assassins? Can we blow them up with Kira too? Do you think that bastard will go with his whole team? I'm pretty sure he will come out of hiding and show off. Just defeating the leader won't solve anything, because there are too many. So what do you think we should do? Do you have any ideas? Will we hide somewhere before attacking like before? If so, it's simple. We will blow up the place where they are hiding first. I will tell her the location where the mountain pass will collapse. When I signal, blow up those barrels of wine. Right now, I'm following the plan that Du-hanan laid out. I can't believe he thought of making the mountain pass collapse and the golden ogg too. What kind of monster is he? At this point, the people of Tam Not Noyat had been buried in debris and fire. When Miran was happy that his plan had succeeded, a figure emerged from the flames behind him. It was Kira. He was still alive. Luckily, Du-hanan reacted quickly and escaped Kira's life-stealing skill. He had blown him up, but how could he still survive? Are they monsters or something? I'll make you regret making me angry, you wormy blacksmith. Elsewhere, Zichohoi was evacuating people across the bridge. Xia came back to tell Juff that she and Du-hanan were the ones who blew up the mountain pass. Captain, we have to cross the bridge before they catch up, or we'll have no chance. I'll wait for that blacksmith here. What if they catch up with you? That blacksmith saved me twice, and although I don't intend to owe him anything, I can't leave without him. At this time, Du-hanan and Kira were still fighting fiercely. Using his AM break skill, he had broken Kira's weapon, but he himself was also seriously injured by his shadow assassination skill, too amazing. Seeing Du-hanan fall, Kira wanted to take this opportunity to finish him off. Unexpectedly, Du-hanan suddenly shouted a signal for his teammates to attack, making Kira startled and scared. He quickly turned around, but there was no one behind him. Miran also took advantage of that to slip away like a gust of wind. How you were fooled by that, how stupid are you? The young man had followed Du-hanan to the mountain cave. Wait until I catch you, go straight to the damned blacksmith. But as soon as he entered inside, he was hit by Du-hanan's ambush, a perfect hit with the skill shadow summoning assassination. The shadow moved exactly like the owner and disappeared when attacked by the enemy. I have to admit you are a formidable guy. Maybe this is more troublesome than that old Juff. But is everything over yet? What is this time? You see, there is no monster or equipment in this cave. But there is a very interesting plant growing here. Resistance is useless. Once you get caught, you can't escape. Level 33 vine in the cave. It will trap any object around. This is a gamble, but it works. You should have looked carefully where you stepped. You bastard, you still have time to play tricks? With weapons or combat skills, what can you do in 10 seconds? I don't need combat skills or weapons. Because I killed the giant golem with this thing. So your secret weapon is a pickaxe? You make me laugh. Try it. Is this a normal pickaxe or not, you idiot? You can't even hit a stationary target? No, I aimed too accurately at this position. This is the center of the entire cave wall. Now, I just need to destroy the center and this cave will collapse immediately. As if something like that could collapse this cave. What, the cave is really moving? I have never heard of that skill before. Maybe this is a skill that attacks my mind. He is just a blacksmith. That is too unreasonable. Does that mean this cave is really collapsing? He intends to bury these things and me too. You have been affected by an obstacle. You cannot move freely for 10 seconds. I am Kira, the top assassin. Did you think I would be defeated by some lowly blacksmith? After attacking the expedition team, the mission failed. All the assassins hired to stop the trade expedition. Batcat has died. Our leader should leave now. I think that the blacksmith is dead. He doesn't look like someone who will die easily. You should be careful, that mouth of yours. Look, I'm alive and well. Hey, you don't have any injuries at all. I look like I'm not hurt much. If I didn't have this teleportation ring, I would be dead too. Actually, I still think the ring is too expensive. But thanks for the ring anyway. You rocket launcher, see that? I told you it was useful. Ha, good job, kid. Did you beat Kira, like some old bearded guy said you could, but didn't do anything? The bastard said something. The mission of the trade expedition team North Ark has been completed. Out of the 80 explorers who participated in the mission, 28 survived. These people will receive rewards as well as recognition from the king. You have received 3,000 experience and 700 reputation. Players who reach level 55 can craft and repair equipment up to C grade. You have been awarded a shield item of grade A by King Batcat, only for blacksmiths, which can block any attack once a day. The character named Z, he created a character and became a blacksmith for a month. That is the new nickname of the top 1 player on the server, after creating a new character. He has shown signs of abnormal gameplay. He hunted the giant berserk golem, which was activated from a hidden event, currently on the ship to the north where the next activation button is located. We, the developers, believe that this user has a very high chance of triggering the new event. Just assume that a normal level 55 player can complete the activation requirements. But why do we have to delay the update? The new event can bring a big change in the game. If it conflicts with the update release time, the players will feel confused. Director Kim, do you think that makes sense? The giant stone golem took 3 years to unlock the rage mode. 3 years, because of that low-level blacksmith. It seems like you will unlock an event, so we need to postpone the update time? Then, will you take responsibility for the fierce reactions from the delay? I will take responsibility, Director Sun Selen. I'm sorry, I was late. I was busy preparing for the next meeting. I forgot about this meeting. What do you mean by taking responsibility for this? As I said, I will take responsibility. We should postpone the update a bit before we finish the update. If we can't achieve the expected performance, I will take full responsibility. Wait a minute. Development Director. All of that will also take at least 3 years. I did most of the work while on vacation, and then the development team just had to take it and finish it. He did all that by himself? You guys didn't expect this? Look at how the game will change in progress. Ha! That bastard hacker was finally caught. You think I don't know you're hiding on the North ship? I've been waiting for this day. Where's the kid? He's probably sleeping. He played games all night again. He said he would study, but he played games all night. Damn it, you think the kid trying to tell us he will do something by himself is good, especially compared to the past, because you always act like that. If he can't make money to support himself, how can he manage our store? I just want him to be happy. When he really has trouble, we can't do anything for him, so if he wants to do something, we should let him do it. Dad's speech was very touching, so to celebrate those words. Today I will skip class at school. Mom and Dad always worry uselessly. I don't care about that anymore. Sang Duanan, 18 years old, second-year student of high school. Hyam, is this a mouse that was in the food at the cafeteria? I did ask for a lot of food, but isn't this a bit too much? I have to post this on social media. Warning, this is true, there is a mouse in the food at the school cafeteria. Is that Sang Du Hana from this class? Who is Kim Pil Dung Dung from Jangwoo High School? He is very famous for his crazy days in high school. Don't look into his eyes, sometimes he will hit you for no reason. Is this guy Sang Du Hanan? He nodded and then Pai Dung punched Du Hanan in the face. When you're sleeping, I'll beat you up and send you home to your mom. What's wrong with you, Du Hanan? What's wrong with your face? Did you get into a fight? No, I just fell down the stairs. Are you hurt? Let's go to the hospital. Mom doesn't need to worry, I'm fine. Actually, I wasn't fine at all. From that day on, my life at school turned into hell. Pai Dung and his friends always came to bully me. My friends also became more and more distant. I also became more and more isolated, and just like that. Every day I was beaten up by them. Why do you treat me like that? What did you say? I can't hear you. Look at him, he looks so pitiful. Ha! You guys shouldn't do that. If you ask, you have to answer. Dong Huen, 18 years old, president of the student council. Dong Huen is the person who always ranks first. Du Hanan was wondering why he was always beaten up. Now I'll tell you, so listen carefully. Do you need a reason to beat up an animal? I don't like you, so I picked a fight with you. Got it, you losers? Just wait. If I see you again with the skills I learned from the game, I will chop you up into 100 pieces slowly. I can't see anything in front of me. If that guy bumps into someone, he should apologize first. Oh yes, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm busy with Kim Pai Dung, didn't you hear me? Why is Kim Pai Dung here? Luckily he had to answer a phone call from someone and left. It seems that Pai Dung forgot about Du Hanan, the one he bullied at school, and also his money. That's right, soon in a meeting, this topic will be discussed. Do you know that North Ark and Uncle Cat have started trading? That's why the landlords in Broden are having financial difficulties. From the beginning, the insiders said that the tribute from South Berin didn't reach the tower, but even so, doubling it is too much. Pai Dung, what is your answer? I understand. I think it's okay now, I'm not too afraid of others anymore, I'm not afraid of leaving home. I will become a stronger Sang Du Hanan, exercising more, and also improving my mental strength. Nice to meet you. I came to learn martial arts, help me with him, am I dead, hey you? Oh yes, I'm unemployed so I don't have money to learn martial arts. Are you here to register as a member? You will be a new member, right? No, I was wrong. I just came in by accident. I was about to go out when Du Hanan bumped into a bearded man. He didn't expect the man to recognize him as the blacksmith in the game. Who would have guessed that? It turns out that the martial arts hall is the headquarters of the Red Tiger Society, and the bearded man is the leader Juff. It looks like you are also a martial artist, right? No, I just thought maybe I could learn something. So you came here to apply as a newbie? I don't have money so I can't pay the membership fee. Don't worry, I will give you a special free 1-year membership, how about that? I will train you like a dog and fix your attitude. Or maybe try it, because there's nothing to lose anyway. What's your name? My name is Sang Du Hanan. I think I've heard this name somewhere before, right? I remember now, that's the name of the son of the owner of the shop I often visit and also the childhood friend of my daughter. It's been a long time, uncle too. Don't tell me you are Du Hanan, okay? Fate has brought us together once again, so you should teach me yourself. After that hellish training session, Mr. Mirren had to crawl back home. I thought a lot about how I could get a mission from the dwarves to level up and learn the stealth skill. However, the dwarves were very hard to open up. What use are humans? Even if you don't need a salary, we don't need you. We know very well, you are trying to steal our secrets, go away. I didn't think it would be this bad. If I tried more, they would probably chase me with swords, and I would lose all my energy. Please refill some food. Is eating something like this really absurd? A potato costs 1,200 gold coins. Why do you still keep it in a glass cabinet? It's just a potato. You are the one who is joking. Our store is the cheapest place to sell food. I spent all my money on buying iron. At that time, I thought I could get into the dwarf's forge, so I spent a bit too much. Can you lower it by 400 gold coins for me? The result was that Du Hanan was kicked out of the door by the owner. Then, I got nothing at all. Should I die like this? If I die, then the power will also return to nothing. I had to go through all the hardships like hell to gain experience. There's no choice left, I have to sell this to save my life. W. Shield, an A-rank item only for royal treasure blacksmiths with a special ability that can block any attack once a day. Its special ability is very good. It's a pity to sell it, humans. You have a beautiful shield, can you sell it to me? Seeing someone buying, Mr. Mirren immediately turned on the bargaining mode. I cherish this shield very much, I won't sell it. Okay, I'll give you 5 big coins. No more than that. Du Hanan saw the money and his eyes brightened. 5 million gold coins? Of course, it's a bit dirty, but it doesn't matter. After that, when Du Hanan delivered the goods, the dwarf also paid him. The amount he gave him was only 500 gold coins. Du Hanan didn't have time to react when he drove away. Hey old man, give me back my shield. Open the door, old man, I will repeat until you show your face, do you hear me? Finally, the gemstone carving was done. But the problem is whether it matches the wave or not. That damn dwarf, don't think I will let it go easily. As he was angry, Du Hanan suddenly saw a bunch of dwarf kids intending to scribble on his wall.